Hey guys, Adrian here for the Digital Dojos, and still I'm on vacation, so I do want to apologize. I'm using the MacBook's built-in mic, but I had some time while I'm on break, and I decided to see if I can get a video up for you guys. And I wanted to start on some basic Mac tutorials, specifically some Mac software since I'm on my MacBook over vacation, and I wanted to do some videos on ScreenFlow. So today's video is more on the basics of ScreenFlow. If you're new to it, if you just got it, you just bought it, you're trying it out, you want to know how to use it in editing wise, on how to zoom and zoom and essentially pan and or crop the video itself. So here I have an old video that I did a while back, and now to zoom, scaling it, it's pretty easy. You just can click on the video itself and you're gonna get a grid of the video, or not really a grid, but a point showing, like you can see here. You have the upper to left, so you can drag it in, make it smaller, resize it how you want, and of course you can click the middle and drag it around. Now you can manually do a zoom like that if you add a video, what they call a video action. So if I was to click right here in the video, right here, let's say I wanted to zoom in at this part, I can click right here and say add video action, and then I can do is I can pull this apart and I can have it zoom in, and I can probably align it if I wanted to. So I can have it right here, so I can have it zoom in, and you know that's a way. Or I can also, so obviously when I play it back here, you can see it would do a cool little zoom effect, and you can do that however you want. Now I can also obviously delete that video action, and that won't happen. Now another way, you have the scale menu right here. You can also use the scale, which makes it a little bit easier, but obviously it's only scaling in and out, so you would have to manually move it around still. And so again, add the video action and scale, and say I want to move it up here. So now again, when you play back, it would look like so. Same type of zoom effect. Now let's say you want to go into some panning and or rotations. You have these things right here, which are your X rotation and your Y rotation, basically like a grid, your X axis, your Y axis. So let's say I had this video, and I also had maybe a webcam of me, talking to the camera. I had like a separate video track of me talking to the camera. Or let's say I'm doing a product review and I'm showing off a website, and I also want to show off the product. What I can do is I can pan this video, so I can kind of tilt it however I want it with this X axis up here. You can make it upside down, whatever you want. And then the Y rotation obviously will flip it like so, and the Z rotation can make it, so you can make it do all sorts of crazy things. You can make the video, and then obviously you would align it to where you want it to be. And let's see if I can properly get it here. So it's all out of whack right now, but you can also obviously type in your values. So I can set this to 0, I can set this to 0, and I can set that to 0, and it'll have normal video. Now let's say I want to just kind of tilt it semi, so I'm going to say 10. So Y rotation, if you kind of want to slant it, so I'm going to say 50 rotation, and I'm going to kind of pull it over to the side here, so it kind of looks like it's slanted now. With that, I can also now have another video side by side, and or even text. So let's say I wanted text here, I can add a text box and now make the text come over here. So now I can say, like, fluid.com, because that's the app I'm showing. And then in this case, at the video action, it would look like something like this. And then the text would obviously pop up. Now you can do that however you want. You can mess around with that. Again, this is all under the video properties. Lastly, you can do some effects. You can change the opacity of the current item. So the opacity is basically the transparency. So if you want to kind of, maybe you can have the Y rotation set to 0 and have the text right there. But let's say you don't want the video to be too much, you can kind of, make the opacity lower, and you can have another video overlaid on top, however you want to do it. Again, you can also add a reflection, so you get that cool effect of a reflection, like you can see there below right here in this area. You can have a small reflection of the video, so you can kind of have it like this, and you can see your dock reflecting. Looks kind of cool. You can also obviously change the percentage of that reflection, so you can get more of the reflection and or less of the reflection. And again, you can combine that with the rotations however you please. And sorry, the fans are kicking down the MacBook now. Along with that, you can also do a shadow. So you can kind of see the shadow there. Not much, I guess, with the reflection on it doesn't show much, but yeah, I should probably turn the opacity to 0 or 100. Sorry. So you can get a shadow of the video kind of casting over. and you can offset that however you like. And along with that, you can go down here and change the couple levels of video, again, saturation, brightness, etc. So that's how to do the basic zooming within what do you call it? ScreenFlow. Another thing to keep in mind: if you hold Shift U while dragging out these dimensions right here, these dots, what it does is it auto sizes it to the grid. So you can see here it's kind of snapping, rather than if you just kind of hold on your own, it's kind of just free transform. If you hold Shift while you do that, it snaps into place. You can see there, size by size. So it keeps it within, I guess, within aspect ratio, or not really aspect ratio, just keeps it in. So here you go, holding Shift, and that works for up or down. It kind of snaps the grid, so it's easier to align the video. Again, guys, check this out. I'm going to be having some more ScreenFlow tutorials dealing with audio, some other editing tips, rendering, etc. This is just a basics going over all the video properties and scaling and panning in particular. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.